So all of the Team of the Years are out now, and I thought we'd update the list. We've got the Team of the Year icon, Team 2, and I believe the only SBC that has been leaked is going to be Abile, who is coming as an SBC. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics, and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. Don't know anybody else, so whether we get leaks today or anything more for the remainder of the week, obviously we've still got all of the players to go into packs. We're just on defenders at the moment. So let's go through them then, because we've got the whole Team of the Year now. All of them have been released. Let me know down below if you've managed to get anybody. I have been insanely lucky to get a Rodri tradable. I must admit, I did sell him, and I'm thinking I sold him a little bit early. So once he went out of packs, I probably should have sold him then. I think I sold him at about 5.6, and that's me done. I am pretty happy with Team of the Year. I've been insanely lucky to get that just alone, to be honest. So in general, now we've got to look at all of them and think, who's the best options? What's going to go cheaper? Obviously, Virgil was always going to be extinct on the first time. We've obviously got Saliba coming in at 10 mil, 2.7 for Carvajal. So he has got a potential to really drop down. Hopefully when all go in packs, but later on as well. 2.1 for Grimaldo. And then we've also got 670 for the keeper, which is normally one of the cheapest. Obviously, the female keeper as well will be in that price range. Also, I must admit, Martinez, looking at him subjectively, looks a pretty good keeper. He's 6'3", I believe, 6'3", 6'5", in fact, with the rush out, which is my personal favourite. We've then got footwork. I'm going to give him a go. I've got to give him a go. I feel like he most definitely could be a solution to having the first double play style plus keeper, because what we're really comparing him to be honest, is going to be Casillas. Now, when it comes to keepers, I have lost any actual kind of almost reasoning for why another keeper is better. It doesn't seem to make sense no matter what you do. Obviously, both of them are the first two keepers to ever have a double play style plus. That is always interesting. I didn't think they'd do that, to be honest. With the fact that they've given them playstyle pluses this year, I expected them to just keep the one. But fair enough. It's going to be an interesting job with a 4 playstyle plus keeper in footies. Whether they're going to do that or not, or they just keep it at 2, I don't know. But I think Martinez is going to be the better keeper out of the two. Casillas is always going to be fantastic regardless. It's just not the playstyle pluses I personally like. I really have to have the rush out. Courtois has been incredible with it. I just think that for me is an easy one, because I do let the defense slip a little bit. So I'm going to go with Martinez being my personal preference, and Casillas would be kind of my second preference. Now, I do believe both are still very much up there. I think the double play style plus regardless is still going to be fantastic for Casillas, and he puts himself up in that category. It's just the preference of who I would personally prefer. Prefer. Then we have got the rest of the team. So I don't think it's really too much of a shock to think pretty much everybody here is as meta as you'd kind of like. Obviously, the playstyle pluses are a little bit different across the board. We've obviously got Carvajal with the press proven, the long ball pass, and the jockey. I think that's fantastic work. We've then got Grimaldo with the quick step, the whipped pass, and the slide tackle. Again, showing different features with how you use a left back and a right back potential. Obviously, we've got Carvajal, who I would consider more of a fullback plus plus, whereas you've got Grimaldo, that's more of an attacking wing back plus plus, in my eyes anyway. So both of them are absolutely brilliant in their own right. Incredible pace, incredible defending. Obviously, Carvajal's got a much better defending stat, whereas Grimaldo has got the passing down to a T and some solid dribbling and a little bit of shooting as well if you wanted it. Going to be pretty good if you wanted to play him left mid or left back. I think he could work both lines. Obviously, the centre backs are probably, I'd say arguably the best double pairing centre-backs we've had in Team of the Year in terms of how they link with each other and just in general. You've got Virgil being that aerial threat, intercept block, mixed with relentless. It's kind of a throwaway, unfortunately, but anticipate and slide tackle. Two very, very meta playstyle pluses that I just think are incredible. Rodri sits in that hole just immaculately. I say I'd rather have him untradeable so I didn't have to sell him, but realistically, of course, I'm going to take the coins over it. But another absolutely brilliant CDM. Great pace increase, defending's up there. It's beautiful. We have got Bellingham, again, very nice indeed. A little bit of power shot, got the incisive now. Relentless, again, we could have gone for something a little bit different. I've always said with Bellingham, it'd have been nice to maybe have the incisive, the tiki-taka, the pinged pass, maybe an intercept or a block, and then a finesse, a power shot, a Travella, or even a sprinting one, just to kind of get him in that box-to-box zone, but still absolutely brilliant. Salah, it's Salah. To be honest, I'm surprised he's only 5 mil at this point. He's got the rapid, which obviously quick step seems to be better this year, but it still works. We've obviously got the finesse shot. We got Vinny with the exact same finesse to technical and quick step. Mbappe changing his quick step to the rapid. I mean, I get it. They don't want to make him too OP, but he has got the power shot and the Travella added as well. Obviously going to be extinct. It's a pretty insane card. Let's be real. Every single one of these is going to be in that top meta. They always are to start with, and then eventually once we get cards that do get the better double playstyle pluses, the better triple, or at least they start getting triple, that's where the value starts to go down near towards the team of the season start. But in general, very nice. The one thing I did want to mention with Palmer, which is always interesting, is the fact that he can go in the Team of the Year blue, or blueprint. And to be honest, and there is, don't get me wrong, there's still some stats that are obviously there, but I mean, it's not that far off. To say this is a Team of the Year, it's really not that far off from him. And I think it's going for more of this version to get the full works, because then you do get the finesse shot as well. I think the playstyle pluses personally are slightly better with a rapid. I'm not a fan of technical, but then you've got the dead ball. I mean, I would rather without that on him. Going for the finesse, the first touch and the rapid could be considered better. He's obviously got finesse on both, which is always perfect. Then obviously the technical versus rapid. And then I would, to be honest, I'd probably prefer either of them with a first touch and dead ball. It doesn't make too much of a difference, but it's just interesting to see a card that is really, really similar. And I know there's only one. They're not going to give us another blueprint at all for a while, but it's always interesting to see regardless. Now, obviously, with these, I think it is quite an easy one to go with all of them being in the absolute top meta. I don't think that's really ever a question. I would take out another one of here. It seems to be running really slow on the computer today, but all of them are going to go in here. And then we'll have a look at the female team, because there's still some absolute bangers in the female team. There is some really, really top end. The midfield, Hansen is absolutely outrageous. We have got James at 2 million now. So we've got 175 for the keeper. Coming out with the, what even are they? We've got the cross claimer, I'm assuming. And then we've also got, we've gone off there. We've also got then the far reach. So standard, we've got 1.3 for Paredes. We've got 4 mil for Renard, 1.7 for Bronze. Sakina's coming in at 2.4, 2 mil for James, 2.7 Rita, 6.2 for Bonmati, 8.3 for Putellas, 7.1 for Hansen, and 5 mil for Smith. To be honest, I'm not shocked. She was like the gold last year. I managed to get her out of a paid pack. She was the only Team of the Year outfield rather than the goalie. I got the goalie, but she was outrageously good. Better than Bonmati, in my opinion. She's got the incisive, the first touch, and the finesse. That's kind of what I was looking for with Bellingham personally, but it's an absolutely brilliant card. The 5-5 works perfectly. It's just an easy one. Hansen's got to be one of the better right wings we can get. I would say potentially taking over Salah's role. I know she doesn't necessarily have the finesse shot, but still works it down that right easily. James, another one on the right wing. Obviously, we've got 2 for this year. We've obviously got technical tricks to press proven. I think they've just really bottomed out her playstyle pluses, to be honest. When you look at Bronze, we've got the long throw-in. I mean, they really didn't have to. We then have the incisive, which is always nice down the wing, and then the anticipate. They kind of brought it back in that second half. Renard, Other than if we just got a block, a slide tackle or something over that long ball pass, that could have been one of the most perfect centre-backs we've had. She had a cracking team of the year last year that really put her on the map in terms of actually being played with. In general, aerial and anticipate work beautifully. Add in then the fact that she's 6'2". If we did get another playstyle plus that was more defensive, she'd have been just crazy. We did get that with Paredes. We've got the block, we've got the aerial, and we've got the slide tackle. Coming in at 5'10" is why the price is going to be a little bit lower, but still very good if you are looking for that Barca team. And everybody else is pretty much up there. Smith, one of the best strikers, one of the best wingers. Even Reeton's definitely coming in to show up. Ping pass, Travella, finesse. Very, very nice indeed. Which is obviously going to be all in that meta category. I think if we was really taking out here and going, okay, maybe we could drop some of them, I would say Palmer could be one to be dropped. I'd say James could be dropped because of Hansen and Salah. And then I'd possibly go, and then the keeper, to be honest. I personally would just go usable for the keeper. I don't think she's really going to be that much use in my opinion. But again, everybody has their own preferences. I just like a tall keeper. 6'3" is an absolute push. 6'4", 5'6" is going to be more my kind of preference. And then anything above that is always fantastic in terms of being able to get the reach. We did get some SBCs if we have a look at the prices because they have dropped over the course of Team of the Year and more than likely will continue to drop as we go into people just ripping packs for the full team. We have Gareth Bale at 2.4. We have Salma at 640. 370 for Marquinhos. 1.5 for Kimmich. 2.4 for De Bruyne, and then we've got 300 and something for Casillas. We're still waiting on Abile, who I imagine anywhere between 1.4 to 1.8, I imagine. I don't think she could go over that personally, depending on how much of an upgrade they do give her. I do think De Bruyne and Kimmich are an easy shout in here. Absolutely easy. Both of them incredible playstyle pluses, incredible upgrades, and very, very top in their positions. We then have Salma. Honestly, I'd probably go the same. I think with the potential of Evos in the future as well, just getting her now and then upgrading her in the future as well, I'm talking a couple of months, she's going to be a wonderful base card to get on. Marquinhos, the intercept, I like him. I think he's more very usable, if I'm being honest. I think the centre-backs we've already got, he's kind of in that standard class. So with the added of Team of the Year, I wouldn't necessarily go too much more. Bale obviously goes into that top category without a shadow of a thought, to be honest. And then we have the Team of the Years. Now, obviously, we've got a few more added. We've got Thierry Henry. We've got Puskás, Pele, Cantona, chip shot and power shot. It's okay. It's okay. We have got Miyama as the 92 left mid. Can still play that centre mid with the dead ball finesse. It's a nice card, 950. I think the stats-wise are always going to be fantastic. Pretty much everything above that 90 bar from defending physical, which is always nice. We have a little bit of a Roberto Carlos upgrade. Obviously, no defending playstyle pluses. He's got the dead ball and the whipped pass, which is fair enough. Could have seen a 4-star in my opinion. They may be waiting for an Evo later on down the line. We have Cannavaro with a 4-star weak foot, obviously with the acrobatic and intercept. They did this last year. I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't think he should have acrobatic. I get aerial, I get power header maybe, but acrobatic is just not the one I want for him. I need that aerial plus to really boost him up. Carfu we've already kind of spoke about before, solid as always, and then obviously Eusebio throws himself in the mix. I don't think there's really too much kind of wrong with any of these cards. The cheapest we've got is 530 for Coman, then we go Cannavaro, we go Miyama, and then it's pretty much into the millions. Now, obviously, when it's coming to rating these, you've obviously got the likes of Pele, Eusebio, always being meta. To be honest, you could put the worst playstyle pluses on them. Their in-game ability is always going to be absolutely top drawer, and I don't think there's any question with that. When it comes to the likes of Cannavaro and then obviously with Coman, I think in terms of what they've got, like Coman's a way better midfielder than he is going to be a centre-back. So I would put him up into that top category if they just went into that way, but they didn't, so we're going to drop him off, and Miyama's going to follow there. So that's kind of where I would have the Team of the Year at the moment. I think SBC-wise, Bale's definitely one to look at. De Bruyne and Kimmich, 100% for the price. Salma for 600. She would definitely be one at the end, most definitely. Marquinhos, and then obviously with Casillas, I'd put in as the extras kind of after everybody else if you are looking to complete everybody, basically. So let me know down below, have you managed to get any? They are obviously all incredible. If you get any of them, you'll be absolutely delighted anyway, but that is going to be the list. Let me know if you've managed to get any, and hopefully we do get a good promo following Team of the Year. Peace.